Welcome to the Victory Formation Lounge podcast, a pro football concentrated podcast that discusses NFL games week to week.
Hey, yo, we back. Week 3 in the books. Crazy week of football. Upsets, records, all kinds of shit done this week.
Astronomical beatdowns.
Yeah, like no pun intended, or pun intended for that matter. But yeah, we're back. And before we get into it, my name's Tony. For the damn horseshoe, you already know what it is.
This is Minos for the Big Cock Brocs, 49ers.
John for the Commanders.
For sure. Kwaku for the Eagles is a little under the weather, so I'm not sure if he's going to join us. He may or may not.
He must have got those flu-like symptoms from Jalen.
Something like that. We hope that he has a speedy recovery and like
as long as he does, as long as he wasn't getting a tush push from Jalen, we'll be
wowzers. Right. This guy. But yeah, we're back and quite an interesting week, huh, fellas?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, right? We're gonna go right in. I guess we'll start with your team, since you guys are rather undefeated.
Yeah. I mean,
you guys took on who did you guys take on? The Giants, right? They came to your home. How was that? Go ahead and
started out shaky as shit, man. That first drive, Brock Purdy was he was throwing it to the Giants more than anything. I mean, George Kittle had a nice pass breakup. It was lovely. But it was kind of shaky, man, at the beginning. At least our defense held us in there. I mean, if you look at Daniel Jones's face, just trying to figure out what the hell's going on, man. That video is.
He looks like Eli Manning, bro. And Eli used to be like,
yeah.
Oh.
So Eli used to have the most priceless facial expressions.
I mean, I was on the phone with my brother. Called at one point, and he just heard me cussing up a storm. I'm like, we were up like, I think just a touchdown or some shit. I'm cussing out everybody. Then my ex is texting me, and she's like, she's a Giants fan. She's like, man, just shut up. You guys are going to whoop our ass by the end of the game. It's early. You guys are just trying to help the point spread for halftime or some shit.
Hey, I got close to the score, bro. I almost picked the score right.
Yeah, we did, actually, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was a wide margin, but second half we turned it on. I mean, Christian McCaffrey's just a monster. Debo just cannot be tackled. Brock needs to start putting the ball a little bit more on the money right now. But, another game, knock on wood, he hasn't thrown a pick.
Really? No picks?
No picks, knock on wood.
Has he had no picks this year?
Yep. Correct.
Fumbles? Any fumbles? No?
Yeah, he's got a fumble. He's got 2 fumbles. Both of them were to TJ Watt, and he lost one of them.
Oh, that game. Yeah, that was an interesting one.
Nick Bosa got his first sack. Won me a nice bet on FanDuel, which was great.
Was it 0.5 over or something?
Yeah, it was something stupid, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna put $50 on this."
Love it.
But that was it. That was his only sack. But he, the fact that we had more total yak yards than the Giants had total yards, period, is saying something about just like none of the players on the Niners offense ever want to get tackled, man. And I love it. And then the defense is flying around. I mean, our DBs were a little shaky every now and then, and we got bailed out by a couple penalties and some holding calls on Thibodeau. But other than that, I thought it was overall, pretty decent game for being a short week.
Yeah.
Those are always suspect. Kicker still was making his kicks, which is a good thing. And everybody came out the game healthy. And I used to be good to go for Sunday against the Cardinals. So
looking at the stats, I mean, Daniel Jones didn't do as terribly as the game seemed. Like the completing percentage was okay, but it looked like as soon as he completed the ball, their receivers got tackled, like literally, because it's like he has a total of 107 passing yards, which means, but he completed 22 out of 32, which is not like terrible, but I mean, it's not great either. But I mean, with all those completions, to only have 137 yards means there were some really good tackling.
Well, I mean, everybody on our defense is fast, man.
Well, it looks like Breida had a little bit of success, but I mean, I think the game was so far gone.
He had one run for 7 yards for that touchdown, and then the rest of the game, I think he had 7 yards.
But yeah. So, yeah, it's just a complete defensive overhaul on them, and it looks like.
I'll tell you what, bro. I know I said this last week. I can't believe how good McCaffrey is still playing football.
Don't jinx him.
I'm not. I mean, he's so fast.
He's elite.
And I'm just glad that towards the end of the game we just got everybody out.
Yeah. No,
he's not afraid to trust.
It was business as usual.
People.
It was one of those games that was business as usual.
I would love for my starters to only have to play 3 quarters every week. That would be beautiful.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah.
I mean, Sam Darnold got some run.
Yeah, he did. So did Elijah Mitchell. Had quite a few carries because the damage.
Damage was done. Why risk? Why risk Christian?
So yeah,
Debo. You think he's coming back for Game 4?
Debo?
Oh, he's good to go.
Oh yeah, he's fine.
He's so physical. He is so physical up front, dude. Like
what happened to him? That tackle. What happened when he was getting rolled over? The DB that was chasing him. Yeah. When he jumped down, his knee kind of caught him in the side of the ribs. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, when I looked at it in real time, I was like, he landed on the ball, didn't he? But then you see the slow-mo and you see like, man, he got like a knee towards the back of the ribs. And you're just kind of like, oh, shit. He misses a play and then he comes and scores a long touchdown. And it's like, oh.
Yeah. Hey, you called it on Ronnie Bell, bro.
Yeah.
Ronnie? Yeah, and his blocking is great too.
Yeah.
Nah, just took care of business like how the contender should, like business clockwork, it's clockwork, oil machine, just greasing up some more, you know what I mean?
Doing our shit like what we did last year. I mean, do you remember that stretch of games where we didn't allow a point in the second half?
Yeah. So
hopefully we keep that shit up. I mean, we're playing the Cardinals this week, so you never fucking know what you're going to get with them. Because I mean, how in the world? I mean, the Giants get their back blown out by the Cowboys. Then they come back big against the Cardinals and beat them. But then the Cardinals beat the Cowboys. It's like some kind of weird ass circle between those two so far.
Parody of the NFL. Can never get too comfortable, dog. Never get too comfortable. So,
yep.
But yeah, so far so good. Don't want to play the Niners. They're doing their thing, and I know you're happy. So
far, so
should
good.
Take care of business. Should take care of business with Arizona. Are you going there or are they coming over?
It don't matter.
It don't matter. It's all the West anyway.
It's a home game for us.
Yeah, it's like all the West anyway. So, but yeah, we're gonna go right in. I guess we could talk about the Colts at the Ravens, which I was there. I attended personally. It was
great. Cost me my parlay, bitch.
Great. It was a great game. I mean, I went in there with no expectation. We had no business winning that game with a backup. But I think if there's anything that this game showed me or showed us, it's the team is well coached. It's a well coached, disciplined team, and there's definitely a lot of resilience in there. And it's crazy because I feel like there are tiers of potential that this team could reach if like Anthony Richardson comes back and Jonathan Taylor actually decides to play for the Colts. Like the big play potential is very, very high because the offensive line is finally playing well again, contrary to what it was last year. But as of now, just despite this great win that we had, I still think there's nothing to toot about, even though we are currently leading the AFC South at 2-1. Everybody else is 1-2. But I still think currently we're just at a mere thorn in the flesh to any team we play, just because we play physical, we play well disciplined, we're well coached. The chess game, we're always going to be in it. But I think there's still margins of eliteness as far as the talent goes, especially on offense compared to other teams. Very young offense. There's definitely like bright spots in the offense, like Josh Downs, the rookie. Michael Pittman is playing really well. You saw that catch he had when he got hit, lost his helmet, still had it. Yeah, he's beasting. The tight end room, I think Jelani Woods should be coming out of PUP soon, so that's another added weapon to the tight end room. What's his face? Zach Moss is playing the best football he's played since he's come in the league. Doesn't have elite speed, but he's tough to bring down. Gets
30 carries for 122 yards.
Yeah, it was
20. Yeah, 30.
Yeah, you're right. 30 carries. Played a heck of a game, given that the Ravens defense did play fairly decent. They definitely got at Gardner Minshew. He did okay. He didn't do great, but he did okay. And like they knew he wasn't a running threat. So like the option when we were at the game, I'm like, dog, if they let him even run the option once, he's gonna get at least 5 yards because the Ravens weren't even respecting it. They're like, he's gonna hand the ball off every time. So I'm curious to see. I hope this guy, I'm pretty sure, I'm hopeful. I think he clears the protocol this week, comes back to practice, because ultimately we still want him to develop. He is the future of the franchise, Anthony Richardson. I do think if he had played, I think the offense would have been more explosive, but at the same time, I feel like there's a higher chance of him making mistakes here and there, like turnovers here and there, just because he's a rookie quarterback, you know what I mean? And one that doesn't have that much of experience. But at the very least, I am pleased with what I've seen from him from week to week, at least with the small sample size that we have. He's improved each time he's come on the field. And he has that added dynamic, trait of being a dual threat quarterback. So that would have definitely opened up the offense a little more in Baltimore. But I'm not complaining. We had no business winning that game. Matt Gay came in and broke an NFL record with most 50-yard kicks in a game. He made 4 kicks over 50 yards.
Yep.
And the crazy part about it is on the other side is the greatest kicker or the most accurate kicker in NFL history. So it's a great, not only did he break the record, it's the stages at which he broke it, going against a kicker that is just absolutely money, who happened to have missed a potential game-winning kick for Baltimore, just short. It was down the middle, but just short. And the crazy part about it, all those kicks that Matt Gay made was straight down the middle. There was never a kick where you're like, like he had a heck of a game, and shout out to him, because when he got signed by Chris Ballard in the offseason, people were like, why the hell are you paying a kicker that much? And this is the reason why. So it's a great win. And shout out to the defensive, the front seven have been killer. So far, so good this season, and it carries on. Lamar didn't really have time to throw, and we're definitely happier where we are, and we just hope to keep building on it. I have no expectations coming into this season. I still don't have any expectations. I'm just happy about what is going on, and I just hope Anthony Richardson just continues to improve. So let's see how it goes. Next week we play the Rams, so we'll see. But yeah, over to you, John. This one was a stinker, but yeah, I'll let you take this one. We were watching. I mean, since we're at the game, we played at the same time, so we were at the game. We saw the scoreboards. We're just like, what the hell is going on? Stephon Diggs came home and did his thing, but go ahead.
I mean, the Bills didn't even play that great offensively, man. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Sam Howell has no time to do anything. So
yeah.
If it's going to be like that all season, it's going to be a terrible, terrible year.
It's something ongoing, right? As far as the performance of the offensive line is just very inconsistent.
Yeah, I mean, he's given up 19. He's been sacked 19 times already, and he holds onto the ball too much sometimes. We played the Eagles this week. I mean, it's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll be there to watch that.
Yeah,
they're coming to Philly. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't expect to win this game, but it got out of hand quick.
Yeah, I expected a little more fight. Yeah.
Turning point. I think the turning point in the game is when we got stopped on 4th and goal, man. I think EB had some questionable play calls as well. I think he needed this game though.
Yeah.
Because
like a humbler or one of them games to keep everything in perspective.
Like I don't know how else he can improve.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we'll see, man. It was just an awful game. Wasn't as bad as the Dolphins and the Broncos, but it was.
We'll get to that. But yeah. Nah, I hear you. Like I guess my only concern is like I think there's definitely potential in Sam Howell, and like because he's still very young, I'm a little concerned that lack of good protection and maybe play calls that require an extensive route development from the offensive line will cause him to develop long-term bad habits, similar to how like some of the quarterbacks we've had that had potential in the past, like the David Carrs that had some talent, but because they got ruined by, continuously getting sacked, that mental clock, as you're going through your reads messes you up. You make the wrong decision. It's still,
I think the only quarterback who's been able to overcome that I know of is Joe Burrow. Because when they went to the Super Bowl, they had like the worst O-line.
Offensive line,
so,
yeah.
It's going to be a rough year, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a feeling it's going to be one of those years where it's just a continuous makeshift offensive line till they figure out which one. All right.
Every year.
Yeah. The only crazy part about it is like your division's D line is great. Like all of them have pretty damn good D line. So that doesn't bode very well in that sense.
Dude, the Eagles D line is stupid. How the fuck you let Hargrave go and just plug and play another motherfucker that's even more fierce
and younger, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
did you see that punch out that he had on Monday night?
I think I might have switched the other game.
He chased the damn running back down and then punched the ball out from behind.
Oh, I did see that.
Violently as shit.
Yeah. I did see that.
I'm like, I don't want Christian McCaffrey to go up against that.
Now the crazy part for the Commanders is they actually have a lot of damn good talent at the skill position, and it's just unfortunate that they can't really get the ball out to expose, or should I say, reveal the team's strengths, because the quarterback doesn't have any time, and like run blocking is also pretty bad, huh? Or is it that decent?
It's not even the run blocking, bro. I mean, Brian Robinson averaged 7 yards a carry, so.
Oh, okay. So that at least is okay. Yeah.
McLaurin hasn't been targeted more than 6 times in like a year, bro. Like we got to get him the football somehow.
Yeah.
His routes are longer developing, and with the offensive line being so shit, they can't tell it.
Yeah.
And with Sam Howell, being a younger quarterback, he's not going to just throw it to a spot unless he sees that little bit of opening. He's not like freaking Tom Brady or one of those old school guys who'll be like, well, I know if he makes this cut here, I'm going to just get the ball out now and he'll be there when it gets there.
Yeah.
He doesn't see it yet.
Yeah, no, that's true. Like Gardner Minshew had issues with that. Like there were some plays where I would literally see the hot route. I'm like, I know he sees this, right? And then you snap the ball and doesn't see it coming, and poof, he fumbled the ball to one of us. I was like, how did he not see that? Well, I could see it.
Yo, the crazy part is, man, if you put like a helmet cam on these quarterbacks that are shorter, they can't see the shit, because when your offensive lineman stands the fuck up and then you got a D lineman coming at you,
I guess.
You're looking at a wall.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes, like Darren Sproles was so good out of the backfield because
nobody would see him and he just pops out. Yeah, just pop out. Yeah. But I mean, we'll see. A bounce back game, hopefully. You say you play the Eagles?
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah. But division game, anything can happen. So
I don't see it. I don't. I mean,
I can't even talk trash to Naeem.
Yeah. I saw this shit. Speaking of that motherfucker, dog. I was at the game. It was like 20 seconds to go, and he texted me L. I was like, I just busted out laughing. I was like, whatever. Next thing you know, we tied the game. We win the game. I don't hear anything from him. That guy.
When I saw Tucker's kick go up, I was like, oh shit, no the fuck he didn't. And then I was like, it's kind of windy and rainy. That ball's coming up short.
Yeah.
I mean,
it just fell short. But it was down the middle.
If it was a beautiful day, that was money.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but I'm not complaining. It's a great win especially as a confidence
booster. I'm just glad that lady didn't throw her drink at you after the game.
I was just gonna say that lady. She was like,
"Who the fuck are you? What are you doing here?"
She should be a meme, bro. That's a meme.
Right.
I know I got the screenshot somewhere. I'm about to email that shit to myself and put it in my background.
I was getting trolled during the game by the people around because they thought they had that one in the books, but we just kept floating around.
Ravens fans are on another level, bro.
I think the Ravens have a problem with outside of Zay Flowers. There's a problem with the receivers, man. Like Mark Andrews coming to his own. Ever since Dobbins went down, they haven't figured out. I know, granted, like one of the drives they were about to score, the one with Kenyon Drake, and our rookie punched the ball out. Safe. That's probably the defining. And he said he knew because when Kenyon Drake was in the Colts camp this year, he had problems and issues protecting the ball. So he knew Kenyon Drake had issues, when he totes the rock. So he tried his best to knock it out, and he did, which is a kind of interesting story. But like nobody else was getting open for him. It was crazy because Lamar actually from time to time granted the D-line played really well. We blitzed from time. I think they didn't expect us to blitz because generally speaking, Gus Bradley doesn't blitz. But this game he came up with more blitzes, so I think that caught him off guard. But even with that, people weren't getting open per se. So this is something interesting to watch. I know Odell is probably going to come back soon, but I don't know. They don't look right. So, but yeah. I guess we can move on to the next game. I mean, we can touch on the Eagles since Kwaku isn't here. They're looking good, man. 25-11. Yeah. They look good, especially the defense. The offense played well too. Can't lie. Yeah, everybody's clicking. The running game's good. The passing game is good. Yeah.
Running game is exceptional right now.
Yeah, it's so much better than last year.
Swift, bro, is really fast.
Yeah,
bro. These dudes were just like diving out of the way so he could run right through the hole.
Yeah. It's. I know Naeem and Kwaku were just loving it. So
who would have thought that Kelsey Swift would be the battle of the NFL season?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
You think Travis smashed? He had to have smashed.
I hope not.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to understand what he was thinking. I mean, if he is with her, it's just weird to me.
Bro, I saw something today. It was like because it was a blowout, Fox's viewership ratings all plummeted, except for viewership between girls ages 12 to 17.
Wow.
Wow. That's annoying.
Yeah. let's see how long this stays in the headlines. It's just
oh my God, it's all over the fucking place here. People have T-shirts now saying the only Swift Kelsey duo I want, and then they have Jason and DeAndre. Like it's
oh boy. But yeah, I mean, going back to the Monday night game that they had, Jalen Hurts, I mean, he still threw 2 picks, but he was pretty solid, I'd say. Like John said, Swift was in rare form. He had 16 carries for 130, 8.1 a clip. So every 2 touches is a first down, basically.
I mean, the last 2 games, bro, he's got over 300 yards.
Yeah, dog. I didn't see it coming. I thought about drafting him, but he's been injury prone since he got into the league. But so far, so good for him, man. So far, so good for him. Obviously,
AJ Brown
came back to life.
A lot of targets. Yeah.
Came back to life finally.
and
Zacchaeus, Olamide Zacchaeus was also decent. You know,
Hurts had some sick ass throws though.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're finally clicking, and I want to say kudos to them because finally they had a game where they went up and didn't blow the lead. You know, they actually were able to manage and control the game after going.
Yeah, and they're getting their legs under them because they never played in the preseason, man. I mean, you can condition and practice all you want, but it's not a game.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Mike Evans is playing for that contract, so let's go. I need you, baby.
Yeah, he's doing Chris Godwin is the one that's like out of like what's going on. But yeah.
Mike Evans will not be a Buccaneer next year.
No. I mean, he's still doing his thing though. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Until you need him in the playoffs, and then he'll get you like 5.
Yeah, pretty much. pretty much. All right, on to the next one. We got Steelers at the Raiders.
I didn't watch too much of that game. I think I fell asleep.
I watched pretty much all of it, and I just needed 1 touchdown from Najee Harris.
Bro, you know what I saw somebody saying he walked like he got some tight jeans on or something? Or he runs
like in the world? So they did a side-by-side on IG, and they were like, why does it look like Ben Roethlisberger from 2 years ago is running the same speed as Najee Harris this year? Like, he looks slow as shit.
Mm-hmm. He does.
There was one time I saw Mike Tomlin on the sideline just shaking his head, bro.
Really?
Yep.
He's just he has no. I don't know where his speed went, man. It's like the Monstars came down and took that shit.
He moves like a fullback now. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't knock fullbacks, man. The fullback ran a kickback for a fucking touchdown in the Texans game.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Steelers were Steelers, and Jimmy, Jimmy was Jimmy. Everybody was sitting there saying, talking shit about Jimmy with us, and we were the problem with Jimmy. Man, Jimmy left us, and he's already got more picks this year than he had all last year.
Yeah. No, yeah. But I said that. I said that's why I stayed away from. Devontae Adams is still Devontae Adams, but I thought his production would be affected because Jimmy can't pass over 30 yards.
And the one that was over 30 yards, he had to come back for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think once Kenny Pickett finally can throw a consistent ball, he's going to start going to Calvin Austin more?
I think if their offensive line can give him more than 2 seconds, he'll be able to step into some throws.
Calvin Austin is going to be I said this not on this podcast, but he's going to be a problem. He's so fast.
Yeah.
So
he showed out in preseason.
Yeah. But it's also going to be interesting because Deontay Johnson's going to come back, and I wonder how that's going to affect his snaps. So
it could open him up because, I mean, at the end of the day, you could put Austin and do some jet sweeps with him.
Yeah. But yeah, so what? The Steelers are 2-1 now?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. So they're tied 2-1. Everyone there is 2-1 except the Bengals. I think they're 1-2.
Correct.
So that's interesting. All right, we'll see. Keep an eye on that division. Speaking of the Bengals, they went and had their first victory. The Rams faced them yesterday, Monday Night Football, 16-19 in favor of the Bengals. And Joe Burrow just try to get rid of the ball as quick as possible because he's not healthy and neither is his line. So they try to avoid him doing anything more than 3 steps. Like all his passes were within 3 to 4 steps. No 5 to 7 step drop because that could beat IR in a heartbeat for him. So, but shout out to Jamar Chase because he came to life. He came to life, and even though he didn't have a great yard per carry game, he still kept the Rams honest. Like they still kind of respected the run. So, and on the flip side, Bengals defense actually played really well.
Yeah.
They were really getting at what's his name, Matt Stafford. So
far, I think that's the best defense that Joe Burrow has had since he's been a pro.
Yeah. They got him sacked 6 times yesterday. It's crazy. So he didn't have time. And they played the run well too because Williams didn't really have the usual game that he's had in the first 2 previous games. So, but I don't expect the Bengals to do much. Like the line and between the line and Burrow being like
hobbled.
Yeah, and that division. It doesn't bode well, man. So, but let's see. Anything can happen. Stranger things have happened in this league, dog. So.
He just needs to get that calf healed up before it starts getting cold.
Yep. Panthers at the Seahawks. Did they bench the rookie? Because I saw like
Bryce
Carolina.
Young.
What's his face? Or is he injured? What's it? Bryce Young. Because apparently Andy Dalton started.
Oh yeah, he was
hurt.
He was hurt.
Okay. Andy Dalton balled out, even though they lost. I mean, when I'm looking at it now, he played well.
He did play well.
He played well, but he passed 58 times. That's crazy.
And it's crazy when you have Chuba Hubbard and Miles Sanders, and all you're doing is throwing the ball. Like,
yeah,
I'm like, damn, Reich. I mean, I get it, but dude.
Yeah. I don't know, dog.
I don't think Andy Dalton has ever thrown that many times in a game.
No, not to my memory, man. But he made Adam Thielen look like Jamar Chase yesterday. Looking at his numbers,
yeah,
I don't know that he's supposed to be like a possession type of receiver, like a great.
He had some yak yards too.
Oh, he did, huh?
Yeah,
I didn't catch that game. I think it was 1 o'clock, so I was at the Ravens game, so I didn't really see.
Pretty much their only receiver they have.
Yeah. Because I was on red zone, so I just saw all the plays.
Yeah, Sharp is unreliable because he played 3 games and then be out for 5.
Well, and Chark also drops the damn ball so much.
Mm-hmm.
There were a couple plays that he was just wide open. It was just like drop.
Terrence Marshall too, nothing. I don't
44 rushing yards, bro. That's what Carolina had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not anywhere.
Between 4 runners. That's crazy.
I got a bench. I can't start Miles Sanders, bro. There ain't no way.
Yeah. There's definitely problems there, man. Definitely problems.
Kenneth Walker looks good though.
I was about to say on the flip side, he had a day for sure. Gino had a good day too, actually. Okay day.
They played all right.
He had an okay day, yeah. DK Metcalf.
And they played the Giants this week.
Yeah, that should be interesting. Is that a primetime game? Probably.
Monday night.
Yeah.
No,
the Giants seem to have quite a few primetime games this year. So,
which is wild to me because it's not like they're that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. But Carolina looks like they're in the mud, and Seahawks, they'll be battling for second place in that division, I think. So interesting. And then we have that upset. Cowboys 16, Cardinals 28. The Cardinals forgot to suck for the pick this game. They tried to suck, but Dallas was just that bad.
Their offense tried to suck. The defense hit them in the mouth, man. Yeah. But also, I was watching it earlier, like, what is it? Who's their defensive coordinator? I can't remember his name right now. Had Micah Parsons in some weird spots.
Oh, the defensive coordinator. You mean for the Dallas?
Cowboys, yeah.
Dan Quinn, I think.
Yeah, Dan. He had Micah Parsons lining up in the middle so much, and he was just getting lost in the shuffle. And by the time they would do like the RPO, Dobbs would just pull it back and just run.
I see.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same thing that's been happening to the Cowboys the last couple of years. When they play a team that hits you in the mouth,
they kind of shrivel.
It throws them off.
Yeah,
Dobbs
having
played good.
Yeah, yep. Dobbs did.
Yep.
For him, I mean, 17 of 21, 189 and a touchdown. I mean, and Connor's having a good season.
Yeah, he had a good game.
They got gashed for I think like almost 200 yards rushing.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, man. Because they had one of those stout D lines, and they were actually playing particularly well against the run. So, yeah, he carved them open on the ground, bro.
Yeah, I guarantee you that Kyle Shanahan is watching that tape already for 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, they all ate. Rondale Moore, Dobbs had a good rushing game. Of course, Connor was going skiggities on them. Like it was wild. It was wild.
Yeah, and Dak.
So I think the problem is, I think Arizona's defense is going to cause them to not get the number 1 pick this year. Next year.
Nah, the owner is going to make a call. That shiesty motherfucker, he's going to tell him you need to chill out.
Well,
because the defense looks good.
They don't have to worry too much, right? Because if Carolina gets it, that's their pick.
But that's true. This is a game that we expected from Dak Prescott. We already knew this game was coming.
Yo, those INTs in the red zone, what in the hell? Like that last one to the linebacker. I was like, yo, what are you looking at?
I benched him in one of my leagues. I don't trust him.
I know you saw Stephen A. Smith
going in. He's a Cowboys fan, ain't he? So he was.
No. He hates them. It was Skip Bayless is a Cowboys fan.
That's a Cowboys fan. Yeah.
So he always he was like in a high rise, and he pans into him, and he goes.
Yo, Skip Bayless has been saying some really, really plausible shit.
I've been seeing
in his first couple weeks with the new crew. Like, shove it down your throat, swallow it all.
Yeah, but what's going on with the beef between Stephen A. and Terrell Owens, man?
Yeah, I saw that today. I haven't really looked into it, but what exactly was said? You know,
I don't even know, man. But they're going at each other.
Yeah,
well, basically, like after Stephen A. started talking about why he got rid of Max Kellerman, and then T.O. said, "Well, Max is invited to the barbecue, and you're not," and they just started going back and forth, kind of shit. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though. I kind of like the new setup. I mean, Keyshawn Johnson is annoying, but I love Michael Irvin, so it's been all right to listen to. You know, Skip Bayless is.
I can't stand Skip, so I don't even tune into that shit.
Yeah,
I just
I can tell. I can take him in spurts, not a whole.
Really. Swallow it.
Pause. Damn.
Are you gonna edit that part out or?
Hey, it's our new Hims commercial. Hey, sponsor us.
For him.
So yeah, back to what we were just saying. Yeah, so he actually had a falling out with Max Kellerman. Is that what happened? They had a falling out?
Basically, Stephen A. said the show got stale. So he wanted to switch the shit up, and Max had to go.
Okay. Fair enough.
But Shannon Sharp he be saying some crazy stuff too, though.
I thought him and Skip Skip started to disrespect him later on, but I mean, I don't know if he can recreate that magic he had with Skip at one point. You know what I mean?
No,
they were a good duo.
You think Stephen A. is gonna ever let Unc bring some Henny and some Black and Mild on the show?
We'll see. When usually does that during the NBA season, so let's see how that goes. Well, especially with his love for LeBron, let's see how that goes. Goodness. Yeah, you know how it is. He's but yeah. And then another so we're gonna get into the beatdowns now. First beatdown of the day: Bears 10, Chiefs 41.
Justin Fields ain't it?
No.
I think
Who goes? I think Matt Eberflus out.
I think he's gonna get fired. And they have a strong case to pick in the top 3.
See, my thing is, man, they don't have an organizational direction.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Yeah.
Like,
they never have.
My team was dog shit for a while until McLaughlin and then Balky came in and said, we're just gonna build the front 7 on both sides.
You guys have McLaughlin too?
Yeah, we had him until his alcoholism started to show, and then Balky came in.
Well, we had him, and then we got rid of him. But I liked him.
Yeah, I mean, it's you. At the end of the day, you can have all the talent around a quarterback and around like the exterior of your defense, but until you got those monsters in the middle, you don't have shit. I mean, we tried to rebuild by making a big splash many years ago and signing Nate Clements for a big ass contract, but we didn't do shit until we got Justin Smith, and then drafted Aldon Smith, and then
I remember that
Willis,
Justin Smith was a beast. Justin Smith was a beast. Yeah.
So the Bears just, I mean, you thought they were doing something a couple years ago when they got Khalil Mack. You're like, oh shit, okay, but then they got him too.
Here's a fun fact about the Bears. They fired Lovie Smith in 2012. They were 10-6. They've had one winning season since.
Yep.
Is he the Texans coach, or he's on their staff?
He was their coach last year. They fired him. So I don't know if they're still on. I don't know if they.
Oh, he's in college now. I think he's in college now.
Yeah.
He went back to college.
Yeah. Yeah. They've had one winning record in 11 years. That's crazy.
Justin Fields is not a good quarterback, and so
they've broken him.
The leash is long with him, though. That's the thing that they were saying, that he's not on a short leash because his success is going to determine whether or not Eberflus stays. And so they both kind of got to go together. You can't keep one or the other.
Yeah. And the thing is, I mean, everybody's getting on Fields for what he said during the week. I didn't think it was that bad. He said maybe it's the coaching. He didn't say the coaches are messing him up. He's just saying there's a lot of stuff in my head.
He doesn't know.
And I'm thinking too much.
That's true. I didn't say it like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, but at the end of the day, man, like what the defense is trash, absolutely trash. And I just looked up to see where Lovie Smith is now. He's actually nowhere. And
really?
The article that popped up, it says he's the logical person to come in as their D coordinator. And I'm like, oh shit.
I mean, I believe Justin Fields is practically now David Carr.
Yep.
He's done. I think he's done.
But does he average like 150 passing yards a game for his career?
Oh, yeah. But he was sacked like 71 times, and like that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he wasn't on IR more than he was. Like,
right now with Justin Fields, I mean, just the snippets of the game that you saw, like when he gets back there, he's looking for somebody to throw to. Nobody's open. And then he's trying to run, but then he's also trying to hold on to the ball to hopefully somebody gets open, and then stupidity happens.
Yeah, no.
And you can tell he just looks miserable. He doesn't look like he's – I mean, at the end of the day, this is a game.
Yeah, he
doesn't look like he's playing a kid's game.
Trying to overthink it.
Did you see the meme about how the Broncos-Bears game should be shown at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, that's where they should flex that shit.
Are they playing next?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody.
I'm just about to segue into that.
Javonte Williams better go off in this game, brother. Or you going to the bench?
I'm gonna put a $5 bet on.
I'm dropping his ass if you don't do shit this game.
Nah, I'm putting a $5 bet that this game ends in a tie.
Dog.
It's $5.
We'll get to that in our next episode. But before we do that, how about that Miami Dolphins 70 burger on the Denver Broncos after paying a $200 million quarterback and giving up the whole bank to get fucking Sean Payton.
And didn't Sean Payton last year say that? Last year, Sean Payton said that Tua would be benched halfway through the season.
Did he really?
Yep.
I mean, look, they have an historically bad defense, man. And
the Dolphins didn't even have Waddle. They didn't, and the dude that got 4 touchdowns, Achane,
yeah.
He touched the ball 6 times in the first 2 weeks.
I'm mad because I dropped him last week. He was
they might actually be the fastest team in NFL history.
Yeah.
They got the 5 fastest touchdowns this season already.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's stupid.
That's like an NBA game, like 70 points, or college basketball and college football team.
No, this is the University of Alabama versus Grambling.
Yeah, it's like one of those.
The only thing that I can compare this to, and this is a small sample size, obviously, was that 2007 season where the Patriots lost in the Super Bowl. But they were just putting it on teams. There was one that when we played them that year, we lost 52-7, and the only touchdown we had was Chris Cooley. But they were just embarrassing teams.
Yeah, yeah, they were putting up.
So,
theirs was a little bit even. Theirs was like a 50 points. That's crazy, but 70.
Right.
10 touchdowns.
But now we got to listen to Dolphins fans, bro. I mean, look,
you're right around there.
I am. I mean, I love the Dolphins, bro, but some of their fans are a little outrageous with.
Bro, they haven't won. When was the last time they won a Super Bowl? Was it the 70s with Shula?
It was the undefeated season, I think.
Holy shit!
The 70s. I remember we played them 2 years, and I went to this. Like, I watched this game preview on this podcast, and you're right, John, because at that point we were both. That was the year Jonathan Taylor went wild, but like, they had this fan that was just. He was talking like they were like 3-0 at the time.
Yeah,
like, no,
exactly.
You and us have the same record. How the hell you think you're gonna do? And we went and spanked them. I was just like, what? So I could relate somewhat.
I'm a big fan of Tua. I really do like Tua. So I mean, I'm happy to see the success. But come on, man, it's only 3 games.
Yeah, it's mad early. Did you guys see? Cheetah's Tyreek Hill? They asked him what he wanted to be after football. He said he wants to be a porn star. Come on, dog.
Yeah, you know what? He kind of reminds me a little bit sometimes of AB, just some of the stuff he said.
Similar, yeah, somewhat. AB's lost his mind though, but yeah, I can see what you're talking about. Yeah.
Well, he's in the perfect town for it. Isn't that where Brazzers headquarters are?
Probably.
He gonna be on the bang bus in the off season.
Oh my gosh!
Imagine that shit logging into the hub and you see Cheetah. I want to see that.
This guy, yeah, but yeah, they're on a roll, obviously, but it's still early. Anything can happen. But they look good. I think they play Buffalo next week. So
yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
When we do our preview, we'll definitely talk on that.
Buffalo.
What was that?
At Buffalo.
Remember last year? Last year they played in the snow. Remember?
I was about to say it's not cold enough yet. It would have been better if it was later. But yeah. So yeah, that was that beatdown, 70-20. Damn, that's like 40-0 is shit. 50-0 is shit.
I mean,
it's funny because all the Colorado lost really bad, and then they lost. The Broncos lost really bad, and
yeah,
it's just
interesting weekend of football and blowouts, man.
Yeah.
Well, the Chargers finally snuck their win at the expense of Mike Williams with a 28-24 win against the Vikings. And now there's call for potential trade for the 8 guard.
Don't do it.
Who would do better? He would do the Jets some good. That's for sure. So there was calling for the Jets to try and pull a trade for him.
Why you hate on my man so much, bro?
Nah, if he goes, they're gonna be all right. He's way better than Zach Wilson. Way better than Zach Wilson.
No, they just brought Trevor Siemian in.
Colin
Trevor Siemian.
Both of them. I'm sorry. Give Kaepernick a try, man. Shit, what do you got to lose?
Oh, he's done, man. He's done. He's out of the game for too long. He's out of the game for too long. Look how long it's taking Deshaun Watson to get back in tune with the game. He only missed a year and a half. Kaepernick hasn't seen the field since 2016.
Yep.
He's done. There's no way he's gonna contribute anything. Even
But Trevor Siemian.
You remember when Cam Newton went out for like a year? He came back with the Patriots done. Like, nah, I don't.
But
it'll be a beautiful story if he came back and was okay. But realistically,
this game was exactly what we thought it would be. That the Vikings are always in, bro. Brandon Staley yet again has some questionable coaching calls. They somehow pulled that victory out, but you got to feel bad for Mike Williams, bro.
Yeah, he's such a talent.
I know he went off in that game. Like Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
Huh?
Like David Boston, always hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't heard that name in a while, bro.
That Chargers uniform, man. That used to be the joke back in the day.
He was like a Laurent Landry, though. He was heavy on the roids.
But can we talk about Keenan Allen? Like, he's been in the league for like 15 years, dude. This guy had 18 catches for like 200 yards and a passing touchdown.
Yeah, still doing his thing, man. I was pleasantly surprised because I thought he had been reduced to just a straight decent route runner.
Bro, he
showed he still got it.
He's a target monster.
Yeah.
So,
and he has
when Eckler comes back,
he has a high catch completion percentage, like overall in his career. Like he's very sure-handed. So kudos to him and shout out to him. I don't trust the team though. They're gonna put up numbers every week. I just don't trust them to sustain victories. You know what I mean? Then we got the Patriots 15, the Jets 10. Was a terrible game, dog.
The thing is, they did that with the Jets. Did that without a quarterback.
Yeah.
But those are the games that Belichick wins, bro.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
He just has his quarterback grabbing their best player in the dick.
Deem one of the dirtiest players in the league now, huh? Mac Jones.
Dirty Mac.
Next time we'll have Cy on here and try to explain what's going on there.
Oh, he's gonna have Mac Jones screaming as his background, and that's gonna be. And I'm gonna.
Oh
I'm gonna screenshot that shit, and I'm gonna put like Sauce Gardner right in his mouth or something.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you one thing.
What's up?
This situation with the Jets, bro, is ruining Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook.
They don't run the ball.
100%.
They don't. How do they not run the ball?
2.9 yards a carry for Dalvin Cook. I don't know what Breece Hall is doing, but nothing. I think. Right?
Like what? I have no idea what's going on. Like what? If you don't have a quarterback, you run it.
Here's the thing with Zach Wilson. He's terrible for one, but they're not adjusting the offense because he doesn't really get time to like. I saw footage today when I think it was Total Access, where like they were running the offensive plays, and their passing routes take like 10 seconds to develop. Like they take forever, and he's not like a really good like quarterback to make
I wish we played the Jets.
Yeah. So he is flustered. What they need to do is shorten these routes, do these little hot routes, do these little flat runs for the quarter running back in case like there's nothing.
Okay, so Corey Davis had to retire, but they have a little bit of speed with old Randall Cobb.
Yeah,
he's old.
Yeah.
But get your slot guys involved, man.
Yeah.
Alan Lazard?
Man, I think
Braxton Berrios, slot receivers.
No, he's on Miami now. He's in Miami now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, this
from the U,
baby, from the U.
This offense and coordinator is going right back to what it was last year when he was the coach of the Broncos.
Yeah.
Oh, Hackett.
Yeah, Hackett. I mean, Aaron Rodgers made Hackett look good. They worked together well, but Hackett and others can't hack it. I
see.
So, by what week is Trevor Siemian going to be starting?
Next. Not starting. He'll probably get some, maybe in 2 weeks.
I think after when is their bye? I don't even know when the Jets' bye is, but that'll be probably when some changes happen.
Yeah, it's
too bad because Salah was, I mean, he was obviously a great coordinator, as you know, Minos, but like he just hasn't really had a chance to.
Yeah, it almost seems unfair.
Yeah, he's been cursed ever since he went there.
Yeah. So let's see how long when they'll make him the scapegoat. I don't know.
I don't think he loses his
job. But think about this. I heard this on the radio today, and they're right. A guy like Zach Wilson should have been on the bench for like 2 years learning, and he was started in like his third game.
Yeah.
So that was the plan. I mean, now. So they were like, okay, Aaron Rodgers take the wheel for 2 years, and he studies under Aaron. But then with this IR, they're gonna have to end up releasing him, because if it's prolonged from 2 to 3 years, how old will he be? But when Aaron Rodgers is done, like late 20s, he'll be in his prime, but he'd just be learning the position.
But
I don't know, man.
They would have to pick up his 5th-year option to do that. And
I'm gonna tell you straight up,
you're gonna pay him.
I was never a believer in the Jets being like 13-4 this year.
Everybody was predicting.
He's not Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, but you're not the same guy as Tom Brady. You're not going to play till you're 40. You're 45.
45, whatever. Yeah.
No, and he's also not taking the Tom Brady pay cuts to build a good team around
him. No.
Yeah, he did take a $30 million pay cut, but he's still getting paid.
Yeah.
Paid.
Hella money, yeah. So, but yeah. New Orleans 17, Green Bay 18, and
that was actually a good game, I think.
That was a good game.
It was.
Love is playing well, bro.
Yeah, if
Love is actually playing really well.
If Carr didn't get hurt, I think the Saints still won.
Yeah, I think the Saints would have won if he was. But I think his injury is actually really serious. Like, it's one of those that's going to linger.
He got slammed right on his shoulder. When he first went down, I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, he just broke his clavicle.
It's going to affect his throwing for the rest of the
season. It was actually nice to see Jameis back on the field, though.
Yeah, he's a good player. So maybe with some more practice with the firsts,
maybe.
He has potential to score a lot of points, but he also has potential to turn over the ball a lot. So
30-30.
30-30, dog.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. This was a shocker. The Texans 37, Jaguars 17. I don't know what I thought.
Tank Dell, bro. Their rookie.
He's balling. I had the Jaguars being a AFC contender. They dropped games to teams they should have won.
They did not look good.
Nah.
So, my big money league, I finally had a quarterback I thought, because I drafted Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Bro, he's ranked like 23rd right now. I mean, just nothing is clicking for the Jags, bro.
And they have unlimited talent in the skills position. I think their offensive line is suspect. That's the only either that or play calling, because it doesn't make any sense that they get destroyed because the Texans are garbage. They have a decent passing offense, but they're not there yet. They're not.
Damian Pierce, bro, is trash this year.
Yeah. That's because everybody puts 8 men in the box because they think he's the only threat or whatever. And but this dog.
Shoot, if it wasn't for a Jimmy Ward pass interference, they might have had 7 less points. The Jags.
Yeah. So
I think that I don't know, man. It take a couple years, but Stroud's got some potential, man.
Oh no, I said it. I said it at the beginning. I think out of the quarterbacks coming out, by far the most polished passer. He gets a little time. He's such a precise passer. He's deadly.
Yeah.
The thing is, his line is and his skill position, well, they're now coming to life, So shout out to Tank Dell and Nico Collins. But
shout out to D'Amico's defense too.
Yeah, they're doing all right.
And let's shout out the fullback that had a kick return for a
That,
touchdown.
bro. That was nice.
Word. So yeah, that was an upset. I didn't see that coming. Then we have the Titans 3, the Browns 27.
Bro,
Tannehill ain't it.
I said that. I think they're done.
Where's King Henry at?
I think they're done. They put 10 men in the box for him, dog. They put 10 men. Like, Tannehill ain't gonna do shit.
Did you see the one play where Myles Garrett was just fucking with the offense? And basically he would run from the right side of the line to the left side, and the two, you would have both tight ends that were supposed to block him just running back and forth trying to follow him until they finally had to take a delay a game.
I definitely, because that was a 1:00 game, so I was at the game. So
I'll tell you what,
Garrett's freedom right now and what he's doing on that line is absolutely scary.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, how do you stop
Jerome? Jerome Ford is getting his man. tell you what, he looks.
We had a good game last week.
He's not Nick Chubb, but I think he's like 3 or 4 touchdowns already. I mean,
I need to see. Let me see how he did, because I wasn't.
He's kind of like a dual threat back.
Yeah. I see
Watson,
what you're saying.
I don't know about Watson, bro. I've seen enough.
Yeah.
I don't have him. I'm not. You ain't on my team, bro.
I dropped him. I had him on one team as my backup, but I dropped him. But last game for the week was the Falcons 6, Detroit 20.
We thought that would happen.
I thought it'd be closer, but we definitely did. I definitely saw Detroit like winning that one.
They had to bounce back. I mean,
yeah. So, yeah, kudos to the
Shout out to Sam Laporta.
Yeah. He's doing his thing, man.
He was on my bench while I had Dallas Goedert playing.
Yeah,
but I still won. No, I knock on wood, man. I smashed both leagues this week.
Yeah, I see you got the dub in ours for sure.
3-0, I think I'm 3-0 in your league.
Yeah. So
I only won 3. I only won 3 out of 7.
I won 2 out of 4. 2 out of 3, actually. 2 out of 3.
It ain't
got me, bro. You got me.
Last, but
I got you this week. Got lucky, but I got you.
I'm 5.
You didn't have
2, so that ain't gonna last.
Really?
Long. Yeah. Knock on wood. I think I drafted pretty well for once.
Who did you plug in for Barkley? I can't remember.
Oh, me? I ended up doing a wide receiver, and then I moved one of my other running backs to the running back spot. So yeah. So I, instead of doing a flex at running back, I used the receiver. Because all my running backs are hurt, man. Eckler's out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I mean, we'll see.
But what's going on with that, man? I need Eckler back.
Me too.
You think they're just making sure he's 100%? Obviously.
Yeah, with the running back thing and the contracts, whatever.
Josh Kelly sucks, bro.
Yeah, he's not even remotely close to what Eckler is. So you know how that goes. But yeah, that was our episode of the week 3 recap. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for joining in. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Let us know how you felt about this week. And we'll see you when we do this preview for week 4. We appreciate y'all. And like that, we is out.